All right.
Hello? Wait, what'd you say? Sorry.
Said hi. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right. How old are you, please?
I'm 19.
Fantastic. I am a lesbian.
I don't think that you are, and I think it's kind of disrespectful to the lesbian community to say that.
Why am I not a lesbian?
Because you're a man.
No, I'm a woman.
But you're a man.
What makes me a man?
You were born a male, you're a man.
Can you tell me the difference between the words male and man?
There's none. They're the same. You were born a male, you're a man. You'll always be a man. A man is not a woman.
Can you give me a definition for male?
A definition for a male? You're the definition.
I am the definition of male.
Yes, you're a man.
So then, by your own definition,
You were
all
born-
males are lesbians.
But you're not a lesbian.
I asked you what the definition of male was, and you said that I am the definition.
But you're not a woman.
What is okay? All right, I'm looking to have a conversation here, so I need you to engage. So, do you know what the definition of male is?
Isn't it a biological person that's born with a penis?
Okay, you're getting closer. So, male defines certain sex characteristics that people typically have. It talks about your genitalia, your chromosomes, your hormones, etc. Typically, if you're male, you're going to have a penis. You're going to have more
And that's what you're
testosterone than
born with.
estrogen. You're typically going to have XY chromosomes amongst.
Sure, yeah. But that's what you are, though, right?
Yeah, I don't deny that I'm at least partially male. Now, can you give me the definition of man? What is a man to you?
You're a man.
You're bad at definitions, sexy. I'm asking for your specific opinion of what it means to be a man, and your response is me. That would make me the only man. There would be no other men. It would be a world full of all other genders other than men, basically, because it would be just me.
Wait, I have another question though.
If you're gonna pivot, all right.
So I've heard that you went on live and showed that your genitalia, and you also gave minors your Twitter, which had inappropriate underage minors.
This
Your
is
Twitter.
okay. So for everyone in chat, guys, this is a classic example of not believing everything that you hear on the internet. This person has fallen for rumors.
They showed proof.
Yeah, no, this is exactly why. And when you do hear random things on the internet, A, be skeptical, and if you don't have proof, and B, if you don't have proof, don't spread rumors, because spreading rumors can cause immeasurable damage. Immeasurable damage.
But you
So she had absolutely no ability to argue her point, so she just pivoted to spreading rumors. Okay, this guest is not connecting, but we are not short on requests.
Hi. Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am fantastic. How old are you, please?
I'm 24. How are you? How old are you?
36.
Oh,
Am
okay.
I a lesbian?
Okay, good. I am woman and I am
Yes.
lesbian.
Awesome.
And I don't know your sexuality, but can you please explain that you are a woman and you're I mean, I just want to know this topic and all that so I can discuss something with you. So, what is your statement and how do you feel about it?
My statement is that I'm a woman, I'm attracted to women, I'm not attracted to men, and therefore I'm a lesbian.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything against it. I am coming from Latvia, which is like really homophobic country, and I'm trying to educate myself, and I'm
Yes.
not here to discuss anything badly with you. And yeah, I just want to know, how did you understand that, and when did you understand that?
Yeah, I've always known that I was attracted to women. It took me a little longer to learn that I was also attracted to non-binary people, but that's because I didn't know that non-binary people existed. But yeah, I'm
Okay.
attracted to women, non-binary folk. I am not attracted to men.
Okay, and how did you like understand that you want to be a woman? Because I believe that at some time you were not a woman before, and I mean you were not identified as woman. I don't want to,
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
I didn't. I identified as a man because I didn't know what it meant to be transgender.
yeah.
But this isn't something that I wanted. It's just something that I am. I am a woman, and I've always been a girl slash woman, even when I thought I was a man.
Okay, but are you also attracted to men or only to women?
Only to women.
Okay, thank you. I think I don't have anything else to discuss with you, so thank you so much for this conversation.
All right, I appreciate you. You have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. All right. W guest in chat, guys. W Anna in chat.
Turn on, turn on.
Hello, Queen. How you doing?
Hi.
How old are you, please?
I'm 30 in Hollywood, California.
Badass. All right. Am I
So,
a lesbian?
are you a lesbian?
I would say yes, I am.
Okay, I mean that's your personal thing, but what I'm trying to understand is because I'm a trans woman, and like it just out here it's very hard for us because I'm in Hollywood, so like I'm trying to understand what just made you decide to be like I guess considered lesbian.
I didn't decide it. I just am. I didn't choose who I'm attracted to. I didn't choose my gender. So,
But were you ever attracted to men in any way?
nope.
So oh, okay? I kind of understand. So you just feel like you felt like a woman, or you are. That's how you identify as, right? And then I guess now because you've transitioned, or you're in the process of transitioning, you consider yourself lesbian now.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I've made changes. I have. I've had HRT. I've gotten laser hair removal. I've gotten top and bottom surgery. But those aren't things that make me a woman. I already was one. Even when I had a penis, even when I had higher testosterone. So even then, I was still a lesbian because I was a woman attracted to other women.
I guess I kind of understand. I mean, like, I feel like this is the kind of thing that confuses people a little bit, but it's not for anyone to be, I guess, confused about. It's your own, it's your own thing. And that's, I guess, whatever you feel and how you are, I guess you just got to be yourself. So I guess that's cool.
All right. All right.
Have a
Badass.
good one.
You have a good day.
Bye bye.
Bye. W guest in chat, guys. That was another good guest. Another good guest. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Kels. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. How old are you, please?
I'm 19 or
Oh,
18.
you
I'm
were born?
um
Sorry, what year were you born?
05.
Fantastic. Okay. Am I a lesbian?
Um well, what made you want to like transform?
Why didn't you want to transform?
Well, like into well, I already am a woman, and I just like,
Is there anything that you would want to transform into?
well, like you're I didn't mean like that.
Okay. So,
That
first of all, trans people don't transform.
well, I mean like you guys like transition into, oh god, I didn't mean it like that. I
You
mean
mean what made me want to transition?
like what made you want to be more like a girl?
It's not that I
Like, I don't know. I'm trying so hard to like describe it.
it's not that it's not that I wanted to be more like a girl. It's that I was one. Transgender people are who we identify as. Trans women are women. Trans men are men. We don't become men or women. We just are. We don't choose to become women or men or non-binary. We just are.
Yes, but if you felt like one, what made you want to change your top and bottom and have longer hair if you already felt like you were a girl?
Those are fair questions. So the reason that I got my surgery and started hormones and all that, it wasn't to become a woman. I already was one. I did that because I have something called gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria is something that really, really hurts you. It can cause depression. It can cause anxiety. It can cause you to pull back from friends and family. It can affect your work. It can cause unaliving ideation. And I had to do something about that gender dysphoria. The whole reason that I was feeling that way was because of the fact that I was assigned male at birth, but I was a woman, and my body didn't reflect that. So I needed my body to reflect that. I already was a woman, but I didn't have the body that is associated with womanhood.
Yeah. Okay, I understand that. I I don't know, it's just I don't know. I don't really know what to say without coming off kind of rude.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that transgender women are women?
Not biologically, but I have nothing against trans people or like anybody part of the LGBTQ community. That's why I felt so bad saying transformers. I'm so sorry about
When
that.
you say biologically, what do you mean?
I mean, like, scientifically, you're. I mean, biologically, I think so, but if you.
So you're a woman, right?
Yeah.
Am I a woman? It's okay. It's okay. I want you to say what you believe with your whole chest. Don't worry about it. If we disagree here, I'm not gonna just jump down your throat. I want you to say what you believe.
No, I do not believe personally that you are a woman.
So what's the difference between us?
Well, I personally, I biologically have the woman parts to have a baby, for example, and I have like genetically the woman parts, whereas when you were born, you had male genitals, penis, and everything, and like those are kind of what make you a man, are your genitals.
So are you saying that womanhood is defined by having a vagina, by the ability to have babies? Or is there more to womanhood than
Not,
that?
there's more to womanhood than that, but that's like your DNA is what mainly concerns, like, I mean, not concerns, is mainly like what determines your gender.
Do you know the difference between sex and gender?
Yeah.
Can you tell me, just so I can make sure we're on the same page?
Sex, I don't know, I'm trying to like catch up with how things are nowadays and
You're in the right place, Kels. You can say exactly what you do or don't like. It's okay to say I don't know. I don't know is always an okay answer. But if you feel like you do know, I want you to say exactly what you feel you know. If we end up disagreeing, I'll explain to you why I disagree with you, and that'll be that. I can tell you're not here to fight, so I'm not here to fight with you. I'm here to have a conversation. So I want you to say exactly what you mean.
well, I feel like they're the
sex is kind of like what you identify with, while your gender is kind of like what you are. Like,
Sex is what you identify with, but gender is what you are. So that's a pretty vague definition. It doesn't really tell me much. To me, when we talk about sex, meaning a male, female, intersex, etc., we're talking about reproductive functions. We're talking about genitalia, chromosomes, neurological sex, hormonal sex, gonads, those kind of things. When we talk about gender, gender is psychosocial, which means that it is partially psychological and it's partially how we present to each other, how we're perceived by each other, the statements that we make about ourselves, those kind of things. They describe different parts of the human experience. One is in our heads and it's social, and the other is between our legs, more or less. Different things.
I see. Okay, I'm just kind of trying to understand everything more honestly.
Hey, this stuff takes time, and that's okay. I don't expect everyone to just understand everything right off the bat. So let me put it to you this way. When I say that I'm a woman, I'm making a gender-based claim. I'm talking to you about my psychology, what my brain says. I'm telling you that my brain says that I am a woman. When I say that I am male, I am talking about my chromosomes. I probably have XY chromosomes, and I was born with a penis. So when I say I'm male, I'm talking about chromosomes and genitalia. When I say I'm a woman, I'm talking about what's in my head.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I understand it. And like I said before, I have nothing against it. I'm just trying to see, like, more into it, I guess. But
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you're welcome to hang out and chat or listen, or you can always scroll on as well. I would if you're looking for a good resource that really helps people understand, you can check out the trevorproject.org. They have fantastic resources. Or so I don't expect everyone to just do a deep dive into gender and sex and understand all the nuances. I would never expect that of anyone. But what you can do is just validate the person in front of you. If you don't want to go do a ton of research, when someone tells you they're a woman, just believe them.
yeah, I mean, I'll definitely still have part of my thoughts in mind, but
That's fine. Just
yeah,
keep listening.
I'm not
Keep an open
looking to
mind.
be like
Keep
disrespectful.
thinking about it. Keep
anyone.
listening.
I'm sorry.
I was just saying that that's fine. You're allowed to be on a journey of knowledge. That's an okay thing. All I ask of you is to keep an open mind and keep listening.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to see like your point of view on things, but
Okay.
yeah.
All right. You have a good one, Kels.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, everyone, keep tapping that screen, share the live. There is a fundraiser in my link tree. I have adopted a Palestinian family. They're trying to raise 30,000 euros. They've raised 778 euros. They are trying to leave Gaza for the safety of their family. Education. I am going to be pushing hard for this fundraiser for the foreseeable future. So help me out, guys. Please check out the link tree. Check out my link tree and check out that GoFundMe. You can also click the most recent video on my page. It talks about the family and what their goals are. So please help out. But by watching that video, by sharing that video, liking it, favoriting it, and maybe making a donation yourself if you can. All the gifts that I received today, 100% of the gifts that I received today will be donated to this GoFundMe. And if you're pro-Israel, scroll on out of here. Thank you for the hand hearts. Hello, Spread. How you doing?
Greetings, Corndale Dingle here. My cousin Henry Bartholomew Dinglenut got arrested for putting a TNT in a daycare center.
Third person.
Yeah, what's going on? I just wanted to ask a couple questions. I've been listening. Say that. Oh, I'm 29.
29, fantastic. All right, what would you like to ask?
What is your definition of a woman? Like, what do you think a woman is?
There are many definitions. The most common one is adult human female. I think there are better ones, though. Hey there, Demi.
So do you think that's just a definition of opinion or fact?
Definitions describe how words are used. Thank you for the lemonade. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Definitions
100% of the
describe
gifts
how
in the
words
store, guys,
are
being
used.
donated to the fundraiser in my link.
I think definitions are facts. Definitions are words that are used to explain what something is in existence.
So the thing exists before the definition, right? Like we can define what a tree is. Like I can tell you that a tree is something that has roots, absorbs water, has leaves, absorbs sunlight, etc., amongst other things. But the definition didn't come first. The tree came first. So definitions are used to describe how words are used. Thank you for the roses.
So can I change the definition? So if I was to change the definition of a tree, is that tree no longer a tree? Like if I said a tree is a flower, does that make it a flower all of a sudden?
The definitions for words do change all the time. Like let's take a look at the word woman. The word woman has changed. It used to just mean a person who cleans your house. It also meant wife. And that's not what we think of when we think of the word woman nowadays. The definition of woman has changed. Those older definitions, they still exist, but the way that the word is used now is different. So if you were to make up a new definition for the word tree, the old definition wouldn't just go away. You would just have a new definition as well.
All right, I understand that, but the tree would still be a tree though, right?
Right, exactly. It would still be a tree.
So what's the difference between men and women?
Our innate sense of self is what differentiates us. Our psychology.
All right, I was listening earlier and you said that basically our genitals don't define who we are as men and women, right?
Exactly.
So how come you said that you suffered from gender dysphoria, I believe, because of your penis? But if your penis doesn't define who you are, why was it bothering you?
So not all transgender people have gender dysphoria. A significant portion of us do not have gender dysphoria. We experience gender euphoria instead. Being transgender just means that your sex and your gender don't align. That's it. It doesn't say that you have to suffer or anything like that. It doesn't say that you have to thrive. It just says that your sex and your gender are different. Gender dysphoria, on the other hand, is a distress-based disorder that has a significant negative impact on your day-to-day life. Thank you for the galaxy, Shelly. Thank you so much. All these gifts, 100% of these gifts, guys, will be donated to the GoFundMe in my link tree. So the reason that I had surgery was because I had dysphoria, was because I had significant distress, anxiety, depression as a result of having a body that didn't match my mind.
So did you feel more like a woman after the surgery?
The dysphoria was alleviated. I wouldn't say that I felt more like a woman. I already did feel like a woman, but the dysphoria was alleviated.
But isn't the dysphoria connected to your sense of self, though? Like, isn't that the whole root cause of, like...
Yeah, gender dysphoria specifically is a distress-based disorder based on the incongruence between your sex and your gender.
I mean, I'm trying to understand, but it really doesn't make any sense to me, because it's like, how can we support trans people if they technically don't exist, if y'all are just women? Like, what is the point of being trans if you're a woman already? It's like...
The fact that I'm a woman doesn't mean that I'm not trans.
So what does trans mean?
Trans means that your sex assigned at birth and your gender identity don't align.
All right, I don't really have much more to say. I tried to understand, but I still don't get it. All right.
Everyone keep tapping that screen, share the live, please. And please, guys, check the first video in my page. It talks about a family that is trapped in Gaza, that is looking to get out of Gaza. They are raising money so that they can get their family out of there. That is what this fundraiser is all about. Please go check out that video. If you can't donate yourself, the link to the GoFundMe is in my link tree. If you can't donate yourself, please share that video. Watch that video all the way to the end and share, favorite, like, comment, do all the things. Let's get that video out there, guys. The most important part, though, is to watching that video all the way through.
What's up?
Hello, Bassett. How you doing?
Good, good, good. You said I'm a lesbian. Prove me wrong. What is your? What's up?
You need to know how old you are first.
Oh, 21.
21. Fantastic. And what year were you born?
I think it was like 2001 or 2 or something like that.
You're unsure when you were born?
No, I'm born in 2002.
That's sus, my guy.
All right. So, you want to remove me or something?
Yeah. If you don't know what year you were born. Okay. Bassett, it wasn't. I was just talking to Bassett, right? Yeah.
Fuck you.
The real truth. I've spoken to you recently, haven't I? Didn't I speak to the real truth? Hello, the real truth.
What's good?
How old are you, please?
30, bro.
30? What year were you born?
93.
Fantastic. I'm a lesbian.
Sorry, say that again?
I am a lesbian.
I mean, I think you might have the definition of what a lesbian is incorrect.
How's Christy doing?
What do you mean, Christy?
Viral Christy, how's she doing?
Are you asking me? Sorry?
Yeah, how is Viral Christy doing?
I don't talk to Christy like that. I see her here and there on lives. I don't rock with her like super heavy, like I'm just cheerleading. So we may have similar views, but she doesn't represent what I think. If that makes sense.
So, why am I not a lesbian?
Well, you separate gender from sex, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So if that's the case, then you can't base your gender identity on your sexuality. It makes no sense.
I don't base my gender identity on my sexuality.
Well, you can't call yourself a lesbian then. It would make no sense. There's no logic really behind what you're saying.
What's a lesbian to you?
It's not what it is to me. It's females that are attracted to females.
Why female? Why are you specifically choosing female rather than woman?
Because that's what separates a gay and a lesbian person from each other. Homosexuality is literally your separate gender from sex, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, then you can't conflate the two when you're talking about somebody's sexuality. It makes no sense logically. Think about what you're saying, right? I'm trying to make it like a bit easier to kind of put it into perspective. When you're talking about your sexuality, you're talking about your sexual attraction to somebody. You're talking about
it's not automatically a physical attraction. It could be romantic too, but sure.
Yeah.
Typically, yeah.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying objectively, it's going to be based on your sex. That's why it's called sexuality. It has nothing to do with your
disagree.
identity.
I don't think it is based on sex.
But that's, I mean, you're never going to know what a lesbian or a gay man is if you don't base it on their sex. That's what sexuality is about. But you separate gender from sex, correct?
That's not relevant. You keep saying that and not actually making any point with it.
Well, because you're telling me that it's women being attracted to women, but you separate gender from sex, and I'm telling you sexuality is based on your sex, not your gender. You can't separate the two and then conflate the meaning.
So what specific aspect of sex is it then?
It's literally what you're born as, your biological makeup. You're either a male or a female, correct?
So when you go on a date, you ask a person their biological makeup?
No, it's not that I'm asking them their biological makeup. If their sexuality is if they are a homosexual person, we differentiate the two between calling them either lesbians or gays, right? And when you're talking about a lesbian, you're talking about two females that are attracted to each other. And when you're talking about a gay man, you're talking about two males attracted to each other. When you're talking about heterosexuality, You're talking about two people. I mean, a person that's attracted to the opposite sex.
I'm
If
trying
you
to get you to tell me what part of sex is it that people are attracted to.
your sex is your sex. It doesn't matter
Okay,
if you.
sex. So like, right, but there's multiple aspects to sex, right?
Yeah, I think the road you're trying to go down is like your sexual characteristics, but that doesn't change your sex. That's just like your phenotype.
Yeah, I want to know when two people are dating each other, what is it about the person's biological sex that they're attracted to, that they're looking for?
It's not a matter of just, okay, you call it what they're attracted to in terms of what they can see in their biological sex. It's that they're attracted to the same sex. There doesn't have to be anything deeper than that. That's why it's defined as homosexuality. You can't change the definition of homosexuality to fit how you feel. There's a reason why we have categories for these things. Otherwise, you can't be heterosexual and be a part of the LGBT.
The definitions
It makes
of words
no sense.
change all the time.
Yeah, that's fine, but the definition of homosexuality has never changed. It is what it is.
The definition of homosexuality has never changed. That is a bold claim.
When in nature have you observed homosexual activity and they didn't define it as the same sex engaging in something that's sexual?
You realize there's only one species where we observe gender, right?
We're not talking about gender, we're talking about sex. I keep saying if you separate the two, you've got to keep them separate.
I'm not bringing them together. I don't know where you're getting that from.
Well, you're talking about observing gender, and I'm talking about observing
right.
sex.
I think that when we're talking about lesbians or gay people or something like that, we're talking about gender attraction.
No, we're not. We're talking about same-sex
then what
attraction.
Aspect of sex? The real
Literally,
truth. I keep asking you, what part about sex is it that people are attracted to, and you keep not answering.
No, I'm telling you, I literally gave you the definition of what homosexuality is. It's the same-sex attraction. That's exactly what it is. You can't be a part of the LGBT.
Back up your claim.
You can't be LGBT.
Back up your claim, the real truth, that it is based on sex.
Adora, you can go on Google yourself right now and look up the definition of what
I genuinely don't care what the definition is.
Well, you need to care. You should care.
Okay, the real truth. The way we use the definitions describe how words are used, right? They describe how words are used in society. So the definitions don't decide what words mean. The way that words are used decide what the definitions are.
Then how do you have context to anything you're saying in a conversation if you can't define the words that you're using in context of anything you're saying?
I can't
it makes no
how
sense.
Society uses such words.
But you're changing it based on how you feel about it. But objectively,
you're trying to say that society has decided that homosexuality is in humans is based on sexual attraction. So explain to me that attraction.
It's based on if you're attracted to a male or a female. That's literally what it's based on.
Okay, so when you go on a date, you ask a person if they are male or female.
Well, yeah. If I'm a heterosexual male, right? Just listen to what I'm saying. If I'm heterosexual, I'm going to be attracted to females. Now, you can be. Just listen to what I'm saying now.
Have you ever been attracted to a sex that wasn't female?
No, never.
How do you know?
No, never.
How do you know?
I'll be real with you. Like, I've never dated a female that had a penis.
I didn't. That's not what I asked.
But this is what you're asking me.
That's not what I asked. I asked you, have you ever dated a sex? Have you ever dated someone that was a sex other than female?
Adora, I literally just said to you, every woman that I've been with has had a vagina.
Great, good. That does not mean that they were female.
So you're telling me that females don't have vaginas?
That's not what I said either. You are putting words in my mouth.
You're putting words in my mouth too, though.
No, I'm asking. How do you know? A person having a vagina does not determine what their sex is. It is a sex characteristic, but it is not the determining factor in what their sex is. There are other sex characteristics too.
Well, maybe that's not to you, but that's a very defining factor to me. You can't be a female and be missing a vagina
and have a vagina. You can be intersex and have a vagina.
We're not talking about a male with a vagina with all due respect, that's not a real vagina. That's the doctors making something out of your penis. That's not a vagina.
Okay. Define vagina.
It's a reproductive organ or a sex organ that belongs to a female.
I need more detail than that.
Well, how much more detail do you need?
I need an accurate description of what a vagina is.
Adora, you're a male, correct?
Partially.
Okay, what male do you know that's born with a vagina?
Some are. Okay.
Name one.
Intersex people. Intersex.
You're not intersex. I said name a male that is born with a
You
vagina.
can be intersex male. You can be intersex female. You can be just intersex.
That's not what I asked you. I said name me a male that was born with a vagina.
Okay. The real truth. You weren't even able to give me a definition, an adequate definition for.
I gave you the
vagina.
definition for what homosexuality is, lesbians and gays, and you don't want to accept it. I get why, though. You can't change how people define
the real
certain
truth.
things, bro.
I think that your definition of homosexual is not good enough.
So what was a lesbian before every other letter came in the LGBT community? What was a lesbian? Tell me. What was it?
I would. Yeah.
Before the T came.
Okay, fine. You tell me what I was going to say.
I'm asking you, what did a lesbian and a gay mean?
Right, and I was answering, and then you interrupted me.
Go for it. I'm listening. I'm all ears.
Okay. It's a non-man who's attracted to other non-men exclusively.
It's a non-man attracted to a non-man. So are you talking about gender or sex?
Man would be a gender-based.
Okay,
term,
so
I'm
is
talking about
sexuality based on gender or is it sex?
gender?
Okay, so you're telling me that gender has something to do with sex then, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but you just told me at the beginning of the conversation that gender and sex are completely separate.
They're different things. I said I never made the claim that they're completely
No,
separate.
that's exactly what you said. That's exactly what you just told me.
Yeah, no.
That's
you
why I'm
didn't
saying I'm
understand.
not confused about the definition. I think you are, with all due respect.
The real
That's
truth.
why
You're
you're
not
trying to
hearing
change
what
what I
I'm
mean.
saying.
Okay, repeat yourself again.
Sex and gender are different things, but that
Yep.
does not mean that there isn't a link between them.
Okay, so do they call it genderality or do they call it sexuality?
Yeah, the word that we use isn't relevant.
Okay, can you look up the definition of lesbian right now and tell me what it means?
Non-man who's attracted to other non-men.
Okay, what is homosexuality?
Homosexuality is when you're attracted to the same gender.
So gender and sex mean the same thing then?
Nope.
So how are you telling me about
The
gender
real truth,
and
you're
then
just
telling me
running in
about sexuality?
circles. You're just running in circles.
Adora, you're making no sense with what you're saying right now. I'm talking about sexuality and you're talking about gender.
I'm trying to get you to tell me what it is, what aspect of sex it is that you're attracted to.
You're either male or female. It's not a matter of what you're talking about in terms of specific parts of attraction. It's male or female. Those are the prerequisites to being homosexual. If you're attracted to
I'm
the
trying
same
to get you
sex,
to back that claim. You've made that claim probably 100 times now. Back it up.
I mean, if there's any gay or lesbian person that was in your panel right now and they came up, they'd agree with me. It's not based on your gender identity. You're arguing it because you're a trans woman. That's why you're trying to call yourself a lesbian. But you're essentially a male. That's what it is.
Oh my God, the real truth. I've never denied that I'm a male. Never.
Okay, so how is a male dating a female homosexual?
Because you can be a woman and be male. And
No,
being a lesbian is a woman attracted to women, a non-man attracted to non-men.
No, so you're using a false definition then.
Okay, I'm going to try this again. When you find someone attractive, what aspect of their sex is it that you're attracted to?
The fact that they're females. I'm a
How
hetero.
do you know?
I'm a
And how do you know?
Yo, listen to me. Just listen to me. Don't get angry. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm
I want you to
heterosexual.
answer.
You're not going to tell me what I'm attracted to. If I'm heterosexual,
I'm
I'm
trying to
attracted.
get you to explain to me
Bro,
what
if you want me to explain it, I'll explain it to you. But you're getting upset for no reason. I'm telling you, I'm
You've been running from my question the entire time.
I'm telling you, I'm a heterosexual.
You've been running from my
male.
question the entire time.
Do you want me to answer, or
Yes.
do you want to get upset? One of the two. I'm a heterosexual male. I am
That's not an
attracted
answer.
to females exclusively.
That's not an answer.
That is my answer. You can't tell me
you
what my
failed to
sexuality.
answer
So you're
again.
gonna tell me. So you're gonna tell
I'm
me what my
looking for you to
sexuality
give
is.
me details, Truth. This is your last chance. Give me
Did I
details.
not?
of these.
Did I not just tell you they have vaginas?
How do you know?
Because the women that I had sex with had a vagina.
That's not what I said. That wasn't the question I asked. I asked when
You just
are
asked me how did I know? I just answered you.
Oh my
The
God!
females I had sex with had a
Now you're not
vagina.
letting me talk again. The question was, when you are attracted to someone, how do you know that they are female? What aspect of their femaleness are you attracted to?
They typically have breast. They typically look like one. They biologically are one. They have the sexual organs of one, not manipulated by a doctor.
Explain to me how you know their sexual organs.
Not manipulated
Explain
by
to
a
me how you
doctor.
know their sexual organs.
Because I have sex with them.
Oh, so everyone you're attracted to, you assault.
What are you talking about, assault?
I asked you, when you are attracted to someone, how do you know they're female? You said, your response was, I have sex with them.
Because I've had sex with them, I know they're a female. You're not going to question me on my
you've never
sexuality.
been attracted to someone that you weren't intimate with.
Sorry, say that again one more time.
You've never been attracted to someone that you weren't intimate with.
Yeah, but they are biologically a female. There was no guessing game.
What?
They were biologically females. There was no guessing game.
How do you know?
Because I know they're females. I'm not attracted to it's like Adora. Look at you.
How do you know?
I would know in
when
1
you're
second
attracted to
that
someone
you're a
that they are
male.
female.
It's like I'll be honest with you. Trans women, you guys are easy to clock. Like I could tell you're a male from a mile away.
You've just been running from this question over.
Because you're trying to compare it to yourself. Because you have a different definition of what a lesbian is.
Here's the drill. I'm going to mute you because you won't let me talk. You're not answering the question at all. So here's the thing. Here's what I want you to answer next. Have you ever been attracted to someone that you weren't intimate with? You may now unmute.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. What about them were you attracted to? What made you attractive to them?
They're drop dead gorgeous. They're drop dead
gorgeous. What does that mean to you?
They look like a beautiful woman.
Okay, they're a beautiful woman. And how do you know their sex based on if they're beautiful or not?
Because I'm not playing guessing games, because not everybody's trans, and I'm not looking for identity politics. It's just the truth. Just because you have a gender identity, it doesn't mean that everybody
so bad
does.
at answering questions. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you. How do you know that someone that you're attracted to is female?
Because they're a female. You can't change that. Am I testing someone's chromosomes every time I go out with them? Do you think that's what I'm doing?
No, I don't.
Exactly. The guessing game comes with people like you, not normal people that are females. That's why you're arguing this subject.
I've had enough, the real truth.
All right, Mr. Man.
I asked the same question 20,000 times. 20,000 times. All right. Everyone, please keep tapping that screen, share the live. This is a fundraiser live. I have adopted a family in Palestine. So I don't care if you're a transphobe. I don't care if you're transgender. I don't care if you're an ally. This is for Palestine. Please check out the link in my link tree. It's a GoFundMe for a family that is trying to get out of Gaza. Check that out. Share the most recent video on my live. This is not about being trans. This is not about being transphobic. We need to come together on this, guys. Let's help this family out. Check out the very first video in my on my page. Check out the link in my link tree, and let's help this family out. 100% of the gifts that I received today will be donated to this GoFundMe. Next up. Thank you for the perfume.
Oh, snap. Hello?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing all right. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. What year were you born?
2002.
2002. Okay. What should I call you? Because I'm not going to call you that username.
Leo. Leo is fine.
Leo. All right. Cool.
Yeah, Leo is fine. I'm sorry. Yes, totally. But I didn't mean to request. I got muted down in the comments. I think somebody thought I was a transphobe. So, yeah, that's about it. I really didn't mean to request, though. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. You have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Doing all right. How old are you, please?
I am 23.
23. Fantastic. Am I a lesbian?
No. And to start it off, I suppose to get into it the best way I can, the way I want to phrase it. You say that you're a lesbian, which is a woman who loves a woman. That's the definition of it. That's why it was given that name. That is a biological woman loving a woman. Now, that's not to say, oh God, you can't like a girl if you're transgender, you know, everyone to their own, but that doesn't make you a lesbian. The meaning of the word lesbian is a woman loves a woman, and I mean, you're not biologically a woman. And the biggest problem that I've seen on these type of lives, these debates, not with you in general, I'm not saying you targeting you, just saying in general with these lives, with these debates, the biggest problem is people who are trans and people who are gay, lesbian, whatever it may be, they don't agree with anyone else. So if I have an opinion and you have an opinion and I don't agree with your opinion, I'm wrong and you're right. And that's the way it always is. That's my experience.
Well, in this case, Sophie, if you disagree that I'm a lesbian, you are wrong. I'm happy to explain to you why you're wrong.
I mean, I'll happily listen and then I'll happily explain why I feel the way I do.
Okay. So, am I a woman?
No, you're not. You like to present as a woman and you like to dress as a woman, but that doesn't make you a woman by DNA, by genetics, anything of the sort.
Okay, so I want to be clear, Sophie. I am not claiming that the way a person looks determines what their gender is or isn't. There are multiple aspects to gender. There is gender identity, which is something that is innate to you. It is psychological. And there's gender expression, which is how you present yourself to the world. While the way that I'm presenting myself is in a more feminine way, you don't have to present any specific way to be a woman. And I'm not making the claim that you do have to. My claim is that biological sex, meaning male, female, intersex, is different than gender, meaning man, woman, non-binary.
Okay, yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree with it. Like, would you agree that, trans women should be allowed to play in the sports that they've transitioned to? So would you say that it would be fair for a biological woman to race against a biological man that has transitioned to a woman?
So the issue with that question is that it's all going to come back to the same thing. Are trans identities valid? I would rather start at the bottom and work our way up to the other matters, because we're not going to get anywhere if we disagree that trans women are women. So
Okay.
when I say that sex and gender are different, do you agree or disagree with me?
No, I mean, I disagree. Because I mean, if you're born a woman, you are a woman. And I put it this way, this is how I see it. If I was a kid and I was growing up and I played with some boys' toys. I played with some trucks and lorries, and I also played with Barbies and dolls. But my mom didn't say, like.
Remember, Sophie, I'm not saying that the way that you express yourself determines what your gender is.
Yeah, but what do you mean by that? Like
the way that I dress, the way that I wear my hair, I usually have makeup on. The activities that I choose to do or choose not to do, they don't determine what my gender is. So you playing with trucks as a kid doesn't make you a boy.
Yeah, but no, I hadn't finished my point though. That's the thing. Like, I'm not done with what I was saying. Like, that's not it. What I was saying was, it's all about influence. If my parents had sat down to me when I was 5 years of age and said, look, maybe you feel that you'd be better off as a boy, and explain all this gender stuff to me, then maybe I would have been influenced to transition or influenced to go down that path.
I understand where people get that logic from, Sophie, but that's an incomplete thought. Because if gender identity could be influenced, then there wouldn't be any transgender people. Nobody told me that I was a girl. Nobody. Not my parents, not my brother, not my friends, not my teachers, not society. Nobody was telling me that I was a girl. So I was being influenced very actively to be a boy. And yet here I am, not a boy.
No, I understand that. Like, obviously I don't know your experience as a person and whatever, and I would never judge you for that. Because like I said, everyone to their own, like what you do with your life doesn't affect me in any way. Obviously, this is just a debate to talk about it. But what I'm saying is, like, I don't even know how to put it in words without, like, my opinion on this whole thing is, if I saw you walk into my bathroom, I would be offended, really. I would feel, I don't even know how I would react to that, really. I just wouldn't feel comfortable with...
Which bathroom should I use?
Well, to be honest, for transgender people, if it's such a thing where you're too unsafe, you feel unsafe to go into the men's one, and you don't feel safe to go into the women. We all have struggles, maybe some harder than others. You know, it's rough out here. You know, I get that.
Do you think that I swear I am answering your question about the transgender exclusive bathroom. Where we're going.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry.
Do you think there are people out there that will harm transgender people in any number of ways? Be it through bullying?
10,000%. There is people that would harm me as a woman. There's people that would harm a man as a man. There's people that would harm children for fun. There is people that'll harm other people just cause. There's people that'll harm people because of war. Everyone is at risk of getting harmed, I believe.
Let's say someone we have a transgender person, and this transgender person has a highly transphobic boss, and this transphobic boss has talked about loudly how they're disgusted by transgender women and how they would never employ a transgender woman. And this transgender employee is listening to this thinking, holy shit, I can never tell this person that I'm transgender, I'll be fired. But then one day at the grocery store, the boss and the employee are both at the grocery store, and the boss sees their employee come out of the transgender exclusive bathroom. Do you think that transphobic boss might fire that employee?
Well, I think that the transphobic bathroom wouldn't be in a facility if the boss wouldn't be happy with transgenders or whatever it is that the boss has a problem with. I don't think that he would build a transgender toilet in the facility in the first place. You know, it's like I feel like they would be on board with that, because it's its own thing, really, isn't it? You know, I know it's you know, your own experience or whatever, but I mean, it is its own thing. You know, like, you want to be what you want to be, you feel that that's what you are, but that doesn't mean that I you know, have to agree with that, if that makes sense. And it's not that I would ever judge you in that sense. I wouldn't ever be about that type of thing, you know?
Hang on. Thank you for the tiny daddy. Appreciate it. I think I have to end. I'm sorry. I've got to end now.